Welcome back to our Multivariable Calculus series. In this lesson, we are going to expand our understanding of optimization. Specifically, we will look at how to use Lagrange multipliers when we have not just one, but two constraints to satisfy. The core formula we will explore is del f equals lambda del g plus mu del h. Let us start by defining our goal. We want to find the maximum or minimum value of a function of three variables, f of x, y, z. However, we are restricted by two separate conditions. First, g of x, y, z must equal k. Second, h of x, y, z must equal c. Geometrically, each constraint represents a surface in three-dimensional space. To satisfy both simultaneously, we must be located on the curve where these two surfaces intersect. Before we tackle two constraints, let us quickly recall how it works with just one constraint, g of x, y equals k. In that case, we look for the point where our objective function's level curve is tangent to the constraint curve. At this tangent point, the gradient of f is parallel to the gradient of g. We write this as del f equals lambda times del g, where lambda is the Lagrange multiplier. Now, let us visualize the situation with two constraints. We are no longer moving freely on a single surface. Instead, we are confined to a specific path, the intersection curve of two surfaces. To maximize our function f, we need to move along this curve until we reach the highest value. To understand the math, we need to look at the geometry of the gradients. We know that the gradient of g is perpendicular to the surface g equals k. Similarly, the gradient of h is perpendicular to the surface h equals c. Since our intersection curve lies within both surfaces, the direction of the curve is perpendicular to both of these gradient vectors. These two gradients, del g and del h, form a plane that is normal or perpendicular to the curve. Here is the key insight. For our function f to be maximized at a point on the curve, the rate of change of f along that curve must be 0. This implies that the gradient of f must be perpendicular to the curve. Since the gradients of g and h already define the plane perpendicular to the curve, the gradient of f must lie somewhere in that same plane. We can express this geometric idea algebraically. If del f lies in the plane spanned by del g and del h, then del f can be written as a linear combination of them. This gives us our master equation. Del f equals lambda times del g plus mu times del h. Here, lambda and mu are simply scalar numbers, which we call the Lagrange multipliers. Let us break this vector equation into components to see what we actually need to solve. The single vector equation splits into three separate equations, one for x, one for y, and one for z. When we add our original constraint equations, g equals k and h equals c, we end up with a system of 5 equations with 5 unknowns, x, y, z, lambda, and mu. So what is the process? First, calculate the gradients for f, g, and h. Second, set up the component equations from our vector formula. Third, bring in your two constraint equations. Finally, use algebraic substitution or elimination to solve this system for your variables. A helpful tip is to usually solve for the multipliers lambda and mu first, then substitute them back to find x, y, and z. To summarize, when optimizing a function subject to two constraints, the gradient of your objective function is a linear sum of the gradients of the constraints. Remember the formula. Del f equals lambda del g plus mu del h. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your calculus studies.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.